Hello everybody, and welcome to my Legend of Zelda 3D Master Quest walkthrough for Ocarina of Time. No, not really. This is the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker walkthrough for GameCube. Unfortunately, the quality is kind of poor right now because, well, I'm using a camera. It is a really high quality camera, but I am recording the screen from it. Seems to be okay from my view. Better than a normal camera. It's really expensive. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new game, and this edition I'm going to do like a theme for each episode of the playthrough. This is the first episode, and the theme of this episode is going to be focused around Skyward Sword news. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're back here. I kind of skipped through that whole intro thing. It's still pretty much the end of it here. I decided to skip it. I know a lot of people like this if you're watching this playthrough, but it saves time in recording because I can only do 15 minutes as of now. But if I gain the ability, which hopefully I will soon, I'm making a new channel. This is the new channel. New ability to, if I gain the ability to more than 15 minutes, then I will keep all of these in here if that's what you guys want. So, yeah. So here we go, here's the beginning. I'm inspired to do these whole playthrough things by a fellow playthrougher, Jakey Power, also known as Jakey Blade or the Gaming Minecart. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. Big brother. So, it's pretty much the starting of the game. If you've played this before, then you already know. So, during these cutscenes, I'm going to start talking about Skyward Sword. First of all, people are kind of skeptical because of the art style again, and as I'm playing Wind Waker, it's very cartoony and cel-shaded, which is not what Skyward Sword is going to look like. People think it's too cartoony, but if you look closely, it's very similar to Twilight Princess with the added brighter colors and a little bit harsher shadows. And that seems to make it look a lot more like a painting, which is what they were going for. I want to point my camera down a little bit. Okay. So, yeah. And that is why people are complaining. They're like, oh, it's too much like Wind Waker, and I didn't like the art style of Wind Waker. I think it's alright. I mean, I don't mind the art style of the game. I didn't really like the DS games. They're okay. But they're not my favorite. I like more like what Skyward Sword is going to be like in Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. More large console games rather than handhelds. So the size of Skyward Sword is supposedly going to be, it's going to be massive. It's, the Skyloft alone, just the main part, is supposedly supposed to be the size of Clocktown from, Majora's Mask. And sort of that same kind of deal where you open doors and get to places and stuff. But then the whole island Skyloft area is going to be kind of like this, except without the ocean. It's going to be up in the sky. So these islands are like this, and it's supposed to be a origin story of the Master Sword, which is in this game, and it is also in Ocarina of Time, so it's symbolizing a lot for people. So I'm gonna go over here to Graham's house, get my stuff. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to turn over here. I stumble over my words a lot, and jump on these rocks. Yay, money, sweet, free. So here we go. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not really used to these controls yet, but I'll get used to them very fast, because that's what I usually do. Now, I'm not going to claim to be an expert at this game, because I'm not. I'm pretty good, and I know what mostly everything is, and I've beaten this game multiple times, but if I stumble over areas every now and again, don't get angry, and I'll try to cut out as much as stumbling as I can for the viewers. Snot little dude right there, with this little, like, brang thing. Oh, that's L target. Oh, here we go. Okay, pretty good. That's it. That's easy. Alright, skip. Oh, okay. So, get out of here. Break this pot. I have to get my sword first. Okay, I'm gonna get some money under here. No! Right trigger. There we go. Haha. So, here, some people don't know this, which is kind of odd. I learned this very first time I played this game. You go under here, and there's, I think it's 200 rupees. In one chest, it's an orange rupee. It might be 100, but either way, 200, that'd be insane. I think it is 200. 100 rupees. Alright. Either way, a lot of people like to save that later when they're in a bind for cash. Get under here. No! Okay. So one thing about Wind Waker is you can also sidle across the walls, which is just kind of like strafing, like putting your back up against it and going on ledges, which is something I think is pretty cool that they added. Other than that, everything is very similar to Ocarina of Time, control-wise anyway. Aside from the music and everything else. Yeah, so, coming here to get my green tunic thingy. I've actually beaten this game multiple times, but since I had to start a new memory card, because I lost my other one, I can't do my whole playthrough and cool Link's clothes. I have to put on the whole green tunic thing. I mean, I like the green tunic, it's Link's signature, but for this game, it's just something different they did, which I like as well. If you beat the game, you can play through it again in his lobster clothes. There's a little lobster on the front. So yeah. Alright, so back to Skyward Sword. It's supposed to be the Skyloft is supposed to be the, like, similar to Clock Tower Majora's Mask. And the overworld in Hyrule is supposed to be, like, a lot larger. Well, it's supposed to be around the size of Twilight Princess, actually. But a lot more condensed, filled with puzzles and other things like that. So, even though Twilight Princess was large, it had a lot of empty space, such as huge Hyrule field areas where you had nothing to do except go across it. That was kind of boring, but it was alright. In Skyward Sword, there's going to be a lot more puzzles and stuff. Go through this text. Every time you hear me whistle, I guess, it's going to be like, oh, ran out of commentary already, did you? And the gameplay of Skyward Sword is, well, the game time is supposed to be, if you go through it quickly, just do the main quests only and try to finish it, it's supposed to be around 50 hours. 50 to 60 hours. But if you, which is pretty alright, long for a Zelda game. Most Zelda games I've seen probably about 40 hours if you first try. You can get it done a lot faster than that, though, a lot. But, if you do Skyward Sword and all of its, like, side quests and everything else, and take your time and do well, it's supposed to take about 100 hours. So that's going to be a really long Zelda game. Oops, what am I doing? Where are the pigs? Okay, so I'm going to do a little mini side quest thing here just to gain some extra cash. Hello. Ah! Get over here. Okay, look, if you do this, then you can get up to them and they won't run away. Well, I mean, they will at first, but then you just stand up and push A and pick them up. Yeah, that's right. Some of these pigs, like, fart in your face. It's pretty funny. It's like, as you're going along, you're just like, puff, puff. You can actually see it, too. It's like poop chunks in there. Wee. What does she say? Why, did you bring that little piglet all the way back here just for me? Thank you! Yes, thank you. So she gives me like 20 rupees, I think. Yeah, red one, 20. Alright. So, I will be getting a video capture device for the television. That way I don't have to do this crappy, like, recording thing. By the time, hopefully, by the time Skyward Sword comes out, I will be doing a playthrough on Skyward Sword. Unfortunately, it will be a non-experienced playthrough, but a playthrough nonetheless for those people that don't have it or are too unfortunate. Oh, that guy right here, he's just like a little tutorial on, hiding in the grass, you'll catch pigs. So let me catch this black pig. This black pig, when you come back later in the game, it's huge, like freaking giant. Like bigger than one of those bushes. Like twice the size of a bush, like bigger than Link. And if you have the strength thing, I forget what it's called, then you can pick it up, and it's just outrageous. And it'll dig through these little black soil patches on the ground, like that down there. It'll dig through those and find treasure and hearts and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. 20 more rupees, por favor. Gracias, señora. Alright, come on. Alright, here we go. So, yeah. Also, Skyward Sword. Most people know this, and I'd be shocked if you didn't know. Sword play is 1-to-1, but they're entering a lot, which means that it just follows your hand. They are putting a lot more stuff into Skyward Sword. Miyamoto, who is the creator pretty much of Zelda, said that the Skyward Sword is going to have pretty much every aspect of all of the Zelda games, including the 2D ones. in Skyward Sword, such as like the Gust Jar from Minish Cap and the Moments and everything else. Look, crab. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my sister now. Errol, I guess that's her name. Something like that. I've never really been able to figure it out alright. Like, Errol, I'm like 99% sure it's Errol. A-R-Y-L-L, I guess. Either way, get the telescope from her, and then look at the postman, and then all of a sudden look at the postman, and then, ooh, spoiler alert, I'm not going to say what's going to happen next. Ooh, that'd be bad. So, most of you probably played this, but for the people who haven't played this, I'm not going to, at least I'm going to try not to spoil things too often. Get out of here, seagulls, nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. Oh, look at my face. Yeah, I'm so happy to see you, even though I see you every single day. I must have a crick in my neck from sleeping on the hard floor. But wow, you look like you'd be way too hot in those clothes. Why, thank you, but that's kind of perverted. You're my sister. No. That's kind of messed up. No. Way too hot, like warm. So I'm assuming these clothes are really thick. I can just imagine it's like wearing a really thick long sleeve shirt all the time. A hat. It would get really warm in that, if you think about it. Hey, look, a telescope, which is absolutely useless. I've been watching a Raocow. He does play through this, I'm pretty sure. He got here and he says that this is his least favorite item in the entire game, considering it is 100% useless. This is the only time you ever need to use it. Unless, except I disagree. Because you also use it when you're out on the high seas. Very rarely. These little fisherman guys that are like, oh, look out there, and then you look out where they're looking at with their telescope and it's treasure. Oh, look, the postman's like having a seizure. Alright, come on, come on, come on. And you look up and it's that giant bird, and then it goes through a little cutscene deal. Yay! So, I'll just tell you what happens. She pretty much gets dropped in the woods, and then I have to go and get her. So, be right back when that's done. Okay, so we're back. Link, this is so terrible. Okay, oh wow, talked to her again. So, while this happened, there were pirates as well. Oh, there's the ship right there. Those pirates were trying to kill the bird and save their, like, pirate lady that was being taken by that huge freaking bird. So, what I'm going to do, I don't have very much time left, is I am going to go get my sword. Let's do this. Ah, get out of here, little snot dude. I might do two episodes today. Who knows? I'll try to do one daily, which might get kind of encumbersome for me, for homework and other stuff, but it's no big deal. What can you see in the reflection? Alright, back to this. I'm going to change spots, even though it makes no difference. I'm not going to change spots, this part's pretty good. Alright, here we go. Blah blah blah. What's the look in your face? Do I want to be instructed how to use the swordplay? Yeah, that was totally bad grammar, but please forgive me, everybody. Alright, back to why I was inspired to do this. Inspired by, Jakey Power. He's pretty amazing. So I will, give a link to his page in the description, like I said. And please subscribe to him. I know I haven't even said to subscribe to myself yet, but please subscribe to his channel. And I would appreciate it that since you got the information from me, subscribe to my channel. And since I'm going to do a Skyward Sword playthrough, if you would like to see that, just subscribe to my page and it will be... Oh, come on, really? And it will alert you when it starts. Okay. Ah! That's something also they added in this. Kind of like Twilight Princess. This was before Twilight Princess, and it was the first Zelda game to come up with, like, attacks rather than just your regular thing. So that jump attack is the strongest attack in the entire game, stronger than the spin attack. Alright, well, this is me getting the sword, and he's like, oh, here you go, you can have it. And I'm like, yeah. So I put it away, and then I hold it out, and it just kind of floats. I love it. There we go. Alright, well, this is pretty much the end of the part. Like I said, I'll probably have another one today. So I appreciate you watching this gameplay, and please, we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.